All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So I sent information to Shannon, and she was going to send it to engineering. She said she would send it to engineering. Her last response from me said she has not heard from engineering. When do you have her last response to me?
9:23 at 11:52 a.m. And what I was reading to you is verbatim from what she has written.
Hold
That
on.
so potentially she connected with engineering, and they informed her of this. And according to what I'm reading here, word for word in the notes, it says that she has stated to you that what you're seeing is not like a security concern,
Mm-hmm.
and that the processes that are happening are safe. They're not like harmful to your computer. But it said um, perhaps you guys can't come to agreement on that. So like basically, um, the information provided to you from a senior advisor saying that what you're seeing is not a security concern or unsafe for your computer, but that maybe you're not like in agreement with her or with that particular information.
All right.
That's what
All right. So let me.
I'm reading here.
That's. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. So I have not heard from Shannon in quite a while, but you're telling me she left notes on the file, but she didn't contact me directly. When was her
This
last
is
when was her last email to me?
I don't know what to. This is from the phone call. So 9:23 at
9:23.
11:52 a.m. So that's the last documented. So then everything else is prior to that, like where you upload the attachments. That's 9:22, and then the inbound email from you 9:22. So this is the most recent interaction.
Okay.
It's the phone call on 9:23, and
So
that's the notes that I'm reading from.
so
But
you okay, according to the notes that you see, she called me on the 23rd of September.
it says it's an incoming call. So it says that you had called her, or that you would maybe get transferred to her, something like that. But
Okay.
this is an incoming call, yeah, on the
Right.
23rd at 11:52 a.m.
Correct. On the
Right.
23rd, I believe it was the 23rd, I call Apple because I am not hearing from Shannon.
Right.
Okay? Shannon is now responding. So, when you say that it's expected behavior, what is expected behavior and when did she let me know that it's expected behavior? She never let me know that
So
anything is expected behavior.
according to yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is saying so. This notes again. The notes are coming from the phone call. So this is like because when I look at the notes, I can differentiate. It tells me like if it's like email correspondence or phone
Okay,
correspondence. So so
pause for a minute. If you're saying it's an incoming call, does that mean that the call came from me to Shannon, right?
yes,
Or me to Apple? Because I
at least
remember calling Apple, right?
yeah, from you to Apple. Yeah, correct.
Good.
Right.
So if the call came from me, where where is it when you're talking about a call and someone advising me that these behavior are expected, when was that call made to me? It certainly was not made on the 23rd because that's my call. That's an inbound call.
Right. It's correct. Yeah. So that's what the inbound call is saying that when you made that inbound call, this notes are saying that that was explained to you during that inbound call. That's what this is saying.
That's not true.
So
No, no,
I,
no, no,
I,
no, 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 hold,
I'm
hold,
not
hold.
disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying what the notes are displaying from that particular call. Like that's what I was providing information from was
That's okay.
from
No,
that inbound call and from it lists her name here as the tier two advisor. So that's
okay.
um, that's
That,
what's stated because we have to take notes from every call. So
right.
even the interaction I have in here, I need to document that as well. And so that's the last update as far as total.
Okay. So I'm
And
trying to
so,
understand. So I call. So no one at Apple called me to say that engineering has responded. Correct? There's no outbound to me, and no emails to me to
no
say
outbound.
yes or no.
No, no
No.
outbound.
Right.
No, there's
No.
no outbound. I don't
Correct.
see.
No one called me. No one emailed me to say that engineering has responded. So I am waiting, and I've been waiting since September the 11th for one of you guys to respond. Nobody's responding. So I took the initiative to call you guys. Now, when I
Right.
called, I
So
was
that's
told that engineering has not responded to the information sent. But you're telling me the opposite.
right. Yeah, she's saying that when you called,
Mm-hmm.
that she explained the information that I read to you just prior, just a moment.
And
That's what
okay,
she said.
and who explained that? What's the name of the person?
It says Shannon Penn, the one that you had, that you were referring to,
What?
the senior advisor.
You mean on the 23rd I spoke to Shannon?
According to the notes, that's what that's saying.
That's not true, because I cannot get a hold of Shannon. I cannot call in and reach Shannon. You know that's impossible. She has to call me. So how is it that I spoke to Shannon on the 23rd? That doesn't make sense.
It's perhaps that whoever you spoke to just updated the case
Mm-hmm.
instead of taking over the case. Like when we document the case, if we document the case, it updates notes, but it also shows who took the call and updated notes. But if they documented this information but they didn't update it for whatever advisor, do you remember who, like whenever you called that day, do you remember what advisor you spoke with? Or did they provide you like a name or?
Well, here's the thing. They I said to them, and I keep saying this to Apple all the time, I want to stick with one person. I don't want to go to different senior advisors because I have to tell the whole story again over and over and over. So with Apple, with this computer, I spoke to Anthony, I spoke to Terry, and Terry suggested I get the Mac wiped because Apple will not exchange the Mac unless it's wiped to see if the problem happens again. Then once the Mac is wiped and I have all the problems to show, I couldn't get a hold of Terry anymore. Then I spoke to Shayna, and I told Shayna the whole story. Spent hours with her. Told her the whole story. She never got back to me. Then I spoke to Maya, Meya. Again, repeated the whole story again. She said she's going to do some research. Same with Shayna. Never got back to me. Then I got Shannon. Shannon sent one email to me saying she's waiting for to hear from engineering. Then Shannon never got back to me. That says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senior advisors that do not respond. Okay, so when I called, I spoke to a tier 1 person and I said, no, I don't want another senior advisor. I will wait for Shannon.
Okay, so then this, so I hear what you're saying, and you're saying that she never got back to you, and then the 23rd. So when you called that day, if you didn't speak with Shannon, who I guess I'm trying to figure out who
Tier
you spoke
1.
with.
It's a tier 1 person, not a tier 2. It's somebody like yourself, tier 1 person.
Okay.
And she told me all she can do really is to connect me to a senior advisor because she cannot help, right? But she will send a note to Shannon to get in contact with me. Okay.
We're not able to do that as well, so I'm not sure why she provided you that information, but I guess I'm just really confused because that's. So if you didn't speak with Shannon on the 23rd, I was trying to figure out who you spoke with, like what senior advisor you spoke with, and then like what what information they actually provide you.
No, but I just said I did not speak to a senior. No, I did not. I just said I did not speak to a senior advisor. I said I don't want to go to a new senior advisor after I went through with Shayna and Maya, who took days. They're wasting days and days and days are going by. Nobody's responding because it's a hacked situation. Nobody wants to deal with it.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that you wouldn't hear if they reach out to engineering, and engineering had reached out to them. That would be why you haven't heard it, because they have nothing to come back to you with.
And that is fine. Hold on, that is fine. If engineering did not respond, that is fine. At least tell me, hey, listen, engineering has not responded. That would be fair, yes?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sometimes, that's like the situation where it's like, well, okay, once we have an answer, then we can reach out to you. As maybe some might feel that that's wasting your time to continue to reach out if they don't have any actual information to provide you.
Okay, I have been but here's the thing: you have notes that says they told me there's no problem. That is not true. Those notes are incorrect. So I tell you what, here we go again, and I am going to this whole nightmare does not end with Apple, okay? Because you guys do not you, sorry, I mean the universal Apple. My senior advisors are not responding. Are you able to tell when engineering last responded to this case?
I cannot. No, I wouldn't have access to those notes. I can only see correspondence between your emails, and then we have a department that handles chat as well. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but if you go online and chat support.
So a senior advisor would be able to tell when engineering responded, yes?
Yeah, if they would they would have the communication with engineering, but I don't have.
So before you transfer me over to a senior advisor, is it possible to speak to a supervisor? Because I'm tired of waiting for somebody to respond. I'm going through senior advisor after senior advisor, and they are not responding.
Those are considered our supervisors. So
they are.
Yes. At least for my position, those are considered our supervisors.
Okay, and who are their supervisors?
I don't know. I honestly don't know that. So.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not at that position, so I don't have to, like a chain of command, I guess.
Right. But here's my problem is they are lying, and they're saying that they spoke to me and told me that there's no problem. That's a plain old 100% lie. Okay, nobody has said to me a tier 1 cannot say to me there's no problem. Right? When engineering, they cannot confirm that engineering has responded or not. Because once I speak to a senior advisor, they take over the case, correct or not?
Yes, that's correct.
Correct. So I couldn't have spoken to a senior advisor, because Shannon is still the senior advisor on this case, correct or not?
It looks like it.
That's right. So how in the world? Anyway, I'm not going to.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because usually it won't update to a specific day with that particular. Like if there's an update, like there's another call, then it should typically reflect the advisor that took the call on that specific day.
Right. No senior advisor called me. That was inbound. That was me calling you guys, chasing after you guys.
Yeah. But either way, whether it's inbound or outbound, like whenever somebody fields that call, and they update the notes, then that should reflect. It would reflect as in like who updated the notes. And yes, there's an original case owner, but whenever someone calls, and whatever agent takes that calls, there should be notes. And then it would reflect like what agent took that call on what day, regardless of the case owner. So that's why I'm saying, so if somebody fielded a call to advising you that day,
Yes.
but I guess they didn't take notes or something. But so then as it looks here, it looks as if um, you know Shannon provided you this information on that particular call that day, because there's no other. It's not listing like another agent that fielded that call and provide that information. So
Right, and I
I
know
don't
how it
know.
looks, but that's not true. That note is not true because there's no way I could have spoken to Shannon, call and get Shannon. There's no way. That does not happen. So those notes is not true. So I tell you what, I'm gonna ask you, please send me to yet another senior advisor, and let's see what we can do. And update them, please, that I'm sending stuff to engineering. I've wiped the Mac already. All the problems have returned. I was told wipe the Mac, and if the problem returns, they're gonna exchange the Mac. But nobody's returning. Nobody's responding.
I see. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna document that, and then I'm gonna get the senior advisor on the line, and once on the line, then I'll connect you guys together. But yeah, I will debrief them on what's going on currently.
Please, and let me clarify again. It was Terry that I spoke to. Anthony wanted me. We talked about replacing the Mac, and then he didn't respond. Terry told me that Mac has a policy that the Mac must be erased to see if the problem happens again. Okay, I did wipe it. I took it to the Apple Store to get it wiped. All the problems returned again. Okay, all of them returned, and still I haven't gotten anybody who's willing to exchange the Mac yet. Everybody's running away.
At the store, do they not offer to help you at the store? Like once you wipe the Mac, they would.
No, there's nothing they
would
can. Well, the Apple Store cannot do any. The top thing that they can do in terms of fixing a problem is to wipe it. Yes.
Yeah, but they can also do like exchanges too. Like depending on, I guess if you didn't, maybe because you didn't buy it, if you bought it online instead of the store, that may be the one. But they're able to do like service exchanges in the store. So like for example, somebody damages the iPhone and they have Apple Care, they can actually go in the store and either get the phone fixed or replaced.
Right.
So
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
Apple Online has all my files, and I'm talking to Apple Online, and I don't want to mess anything up because I don't. I'm already having problems with Apple Online, as you can see. Right. So I'll let you take your notes, and then I'll let you transfer me over to a senior advisor, please.
Okay.
Thank you. And please let them know in detail what's happening, and the customer is not very happy at all.
Yes, ma'am. I will let you know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to place you on a brief hold, and then I'll.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi.
Thank you for patiently holding. I do have Ray, a senior advisor on the line, and I've explained to him the situation, and he's going to go ahead and take over the call and shoot from him.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your patience. My name is Ray. I'm one of the senior advisors here. How can I help you today?
Hey, did you say it's Raymond?
Ray.
Hey, Raymond. Let's screen share, please, so I can get to the point and get this over with.
If you can provide me what the issue is first, I need to ensure it's something that I can screen share for. Also, please be advised our screen sharing system is currently down today.
Oh, alrighty then. Okay, so I had a lot of problems with the Mac. Shared it with Apple. I provided some screenshots to you guys. Apparently, you can't find some of the case numbers. I was told to wipe the Mac because Apple cannot exchange the Mac unless it's wiped to see if the problem happens again. And the problem has reoccurred again. When Apple Store returned the Mac to me after it was wiped, it came back with bug 115. And the time and the date is before the Mac was wiped. Okay? And when I looked at the logs, it showed me that there was significant activity going on after the wipe happened and before I set up the Mac. Anyways, what has happened now is all the problem has returned. All the problems have returned. All of them. Nothing has changed. I have been contacting Apple senior advisor. The last three. Shayna, who said she will investigate, never did, never contacted me again. Maya, MEYA, said the same thing. She will investigate to see why the problem is still happening again and why do I show bug 115 immediately when the Mac was returned to me. She never contacted me again. Shannon, it's day number 8 today, and Shannon has not contacted me again. The last time I hear from Shannon, she contacted me once. She sent me an email to say that she's waiting to hear from engineering. So the number one question now is, did engineering respond to Shannon?
I do not see any engineering responses associated with this case.
Fantastic, because the person who just transferred me over to you told me that there is no problem. That what I'm seeing is not a problem. It's like there is no droid here. What you're seeing is nothing. Okay?
Well, what are you seeing? Can you describe that to me?
Well, that is what I wanted to show you. So as I'm typing, my words change. The Mac is in use when I'm not even using it. I open it and it says it's in use. It shows it's in use. Thousands, millions of packets are already in and out of the Mac.
Hold on. Can I ask? I have a question to ask so I can understand. When you say you can tell that it's been in use, how are you determining that?
All right. So I always sign out of the Mac. Always. I always put it in downtime. That has been an issue for me. Packets moving in and out of the Mac. Put it in downtime, sign out. I turn Wi-Fi off because I'm diligent about that stuff. So pre-wipe and post-wipe, I've confirmed that the Mac at 12 midnight, the Mac turns off downtime. Every night at 12 midnight, downtime is turned off. So if I'm not, go ahead.
I just said okay.
All right. And then, so when I open the Mac in the morning, downtime is off. And even when I try to put the Mac in downtime, not all the apps are in downtime. Some of them bypass this downtime. That was an issue before, and it's an issue after. There's as I'm typing, as I'm working, my words are changing constantly. When I send things, it's not what people receive. When people send me things, I don't get it in my email. That was an issue before, it's an issue after. Screen time shows significant usage when I did not use the Mac. All documented. All of it happened before the wipe. All of it happened after the wipe. Not only that, we found out... Go ahead.
Hold on. So what do you think is occurring?
Listen, I don't want to speculate. I want to deal with the facts because I don't want to go into that quagmire of, well, it could be this or that. So,
Well,
that,
and that's where I'm kind of at in this aspect on the Apple side of things. The
great.
things that you're describing don't seem abnormal to us here at Apple.
Okay, hold on. What
So
is,
I'm asking you what you think is occurring so that we can get some more. You're the only person that's using this computer, so you're the only person that can describe, explain, and indicate what these quote-unquote issues are. So for us here at Apple, the reason why we're asking you what you think is going on, because what you're describing to us sounds like normal computer operation.
okay, tell me, okay, that's fine, that's fair. Tell me exactly, identify please, what is normal behavior?
That's a very big, broad question. I wouldn't answer that.
That's right. That's right, my friend. I just
And that's
explained.
why I'm asking you what you think is going on, because the only one that can
I
quantify
did.
normal behavior
I just explained
is
to you. I just explained to you. Downtime
correct.
turns
I
itself.
understand, but all of those things are normal.
Hold on.
What you're explaining does not sound like an issue, or certainly would never use the word bug, but it definitely doesn't sound like an issue. It sounds like we need to educate and show you how to set up downtime again, which sounds like that will resolve that issue.
No, stop. I've gone through this with Apple already before the.
Okay, so then my question again to you is, what do you think is going on, and what would you like to do to solve it?
Okay.
I'm providing you options, and if you're telling me no, we're not going to get anywhere in this conversation.
Let me tell you why I'm saying no. Because
I don't need to know why you're saying no.
You don't.
I want to know what you would like to do. What can Apple assist you with today?
Apple, look, if Apple is saying there is no problem, my first question is, why is Apple saying there's no problem when the last senior advisor sent information to engineering? Okay, and
we send information to engineering all the time. It doesn't mean that we believe there's an issue. It just means that we're sending information to engineering.
Has engineering responded?
Correct, because this isn't something they would respond to.
Sorry, wait. Okay, so there's Shayna, Maya, Shannon. Engineering, I believe Shayna did and Maya did. I certainly know that Shannon did, but engineering has not responded.
And engineering will not respond to this case. So while we send information to engineering, engineering will not respond in this situation because engineering has no insight to provide us.
Okay, so engineering...
So we're not waiting on an engineering response because an engineering response is not coming in this scenario.
Not coming.
Engineering would look at this and mark this as normal behavior.
Okay, so let me take the time, because you're not going to, let me take the time to go through what I've sent Shannon. Okay?
I don't need to know. I can see everything that you have sent, Shannon.
Great. All right. So bug 115, that is what is how the Mac was returned to me. That's expected behavior, you're saying?
That is involved with a third-party application. As far as Apple can tell, that is expected behavior.
What do you mean third-party application?
That error message is not coming from an Apple service. That is coming from a third-party external server.
How do you know that?
Because it's not an Apple process. So if it's not Apple, I know it's got to be someone other than Apple, which would indicate that it's a third-party service.
Correct. All right. So let's stick with bug 115. So you're saying it's a third-party application, and it's not from Apple, it's from another software. Good.
Something else is creating that pop-up, correct.
And I agree with you. So where is that something coming from? Because it didn't come from me. I took the Mac to the Apple Store at 10:18 a.m. on September the 9th. I picked it up on September the 11th, 2 days later. Okay? Bug 115 was already there when I picked up and it's dated.
Bug 115 could be coming from your internet provider, for all we know. You're trying to track down things that you're not going to be able to track down.
But I can track it down. It says, the Mac says, it shows the date and the time.
Correct, but you can't track down where it's coming from. That's what I'm indicating, is that you're using up your time unnecessarily trying to track down issues that are not issues, and trying to track down quote-unquote issues that are not issues, and they're things that you're not going to be able to track down.
Now listen, if I have a problem on the Mac, I take the Mac to the Apple Store to get it wiped. When they hand me back my computer, I didn't migrate anything, didn't transfer anything. And they wiped it. Why is it showing bug 115?
That'd be a great question for whoever is sending that bug 115.
A great question for whoever is sending it.
Correct. It is not an Apple service, so I cannot speak to what that bug is or what that line of code is or any of those things.
That's okay. I understand that, but should that whatever was in the Mac should it not have been wiped when Apple wiped the computer, because it gave it back to me with bug 115 without me doing anything before I could do use a computer.
Again, without knowing where this bug 115 is coming from, I cannot indicate to you why it showed up before you set up the Mac. I cannot answer any of those questions for you because, again, as I've already indicated, this is not something that is Apple related.
That's fine. If it might not be Apple related, but the bug was in there before the wipe, and it was returned to me after the wipe.
Okay.
Hence the problem.
That isn't a problem in Apple's eyes.
When I take the Mac we'll review this again. When I take the Mac...
You don't need to review it again. My answer is going to be the same.
Your answer is it's not an Apple problem. Even though there's a bug before the wipe and a bug after the wipe, and it's not an Apple problem.
Correct.
So what's the reason for the wipe then? How, if you cannot wipe the computer...
We did wipe the computer.
If Apple cannot wipe the computer properly to get rid of that bug...
We did wipe the computer properly.
How do you know? If you're giving it back to me with bug
there's only one way to wipe a computer, and if the wipe completes successfully, then the computer is wiped.
Right.
It isn't a if or perhaps thing. It is either done or it is not done. It was done. I see it documented.
Correct. And it came back with bug 115.
So it was done properly. Again, I do not know where this bug came from, and I cannot speak to it.
But I know you do not know where it came from. That I will agree with. I know you do not know the details of the bug, but the problem still remains. The bug was there pre-wipe.
Hold on. The problem still remains in your eyes. Here at Apple, we do not feel this is a problem.
Apple computer, the Mac is telling me the bug is there when Apple returned it.
That's fine, but again, this
Why
does
is
not
it fine?
Because this does not indicate an issue to us here at Apple. This is not preventing you from using the device.
Sure, it does, and that's
no, it does not.
Let me tell you why it does. Because
I don't need you to tell me why it does, because it can't. You're trying to create issues that here at Apple we are not going to support you on. We are not going to support you on you creating issues for us to troubleshoot. That is not how it works. We provide you troubleshooting on Apple-related issues and products. We have already evaluated this device. We have already wiped it per your request and provided it back to you. Apple at this point has nothing further that we can provide you for this scenario.
Okay, to conclude, bug 115 was there before the wipe.
I do not want to talk about 115 again. I'm not going to speak about that bug again. If you have an alternative Apple-related question for me, please ask it. If not, I will be ending the call.
Hey, this is how you guys operate, so I'm used to it. So here's the here's the other question. Alrighty.